Alison from the Barn and the Bay. So I wanted to pop on this video to talk about wedding days and dates, and just have a think about some of the days that you might not have thought about. So everybody wants a summer Saturday, so June and July Saturdays as a venue are the ones that'll go straight away, and they do come at a premium price because we know that the demand is there for them, and they tend to be, they go first, yeah. So I don't prefer a summer Saturday. My favourite day for a wedding is a Thursday, and it's because your guests take a couple of days off work, but for them, they've got, in the summer as well, they've got a lovely long weekend of it, so you've got time to recover. And what we're finding is a lot of our couples are from outside of the area, so we get a lot of couples coming up from London now. We're an alternative to Cornwall for a wedding, for a destination wedding. It's actually quicker to get here on train than it is to get to Cornwall, so that's starting to filter through, and we're getting a lot of southern couples coming up to the northeast. So we've got some fantastic beaches, it's a bit quieter, there's some great accommodation for your guests to stay in. So in terms of that, we're seeing a lot of couples who are shifting from the Saturday to the Thursday. Guests are coming up after work on the Wednesday, they're at the wedding on the Thursday. Typically we're seeing, because people are coming from afar and couples have their guests and family spread around the country, they're not just wanting to do a day anymore, so they're coming up and they're doing something on the day after the wedding. So do something on the Friday, go out for brunch, lunch, that sort of thing, and then the Saturday people have got time to get back to wherever they came from, and they've got the Sunday off to recover. And it means you're going back to work fresh on the Monday. And I think the Thursday wedding, if you've got a lot of guests coming from different parts of the country, the Saturday is the obvious thought, but I think the Thursday works really well, and it's just a bit more relaxed for everyone. Other days that are really popular at the moment are, we get a lot of weddings on a Tuesday. So Tuesdays are good because a lot of your other suppliers will be easier to book. So typically Thursday, Friday, Saturdays and Sundays are your busier wedding days. A Tuesday you'll have a lot more choice of suppliers, so you're more likely to get suppliers that you really want, and you might find that they also do a cheaper rate on a Tuesday because it's less in demand. It's great. I think the Tuesday doesn't work as well if you've got a lot of guests coming from afar, because they're going to be travelling up on the weekend. They're effectively taking a week off work then. So if you're local and you have guests in the surrounding area, a Tuesday wedding can be really good. It also works very well for intimate weddings too. So as well as thinking of the day of the week that you're going to get married on, think about the month as well. Typically July and August are going to be the most popular months for couples to inquire about, and the reason for that is everybody thinks that you're going to get the best weather in July and August. We've been doing this business, we started out in 2016, and we've been watching the weather over the summer really closely over those years, and we've noticed when the weather is good and when it's bad. And one thing is you can never predict it, you can never ever tell, there's no pattern. But what we find is couples who are planning a July-August wedding really focus on the weather being good. Everything about it. So a lot of outdoor entertainment, so we get a lot of marching bands, a lot of outdoor singers, a lot of the dresses, everything's about it being an outdoor day. And you can still get bad days in July and August. There's no guarantee of the sun coming out or anything like that. So the other thing that we want to focus on is the month that you get married in. So typically July and August are going to be the most popular months for an outdoor wedding. Everybody thinks that the weather's going to be the best. Let me tell you, it's not guaranteed. So we're an outdoor venue, we have an indoor backup plan, so it doesn't matter if it hails in July, we've got that plan in place for you. But if you're wanting to guarantee the weather, it's just not going to happen. You can't do it. Have an indoor wedding somewhere where you don't have to go outside at all if you don't want to. If you're the type of couple though who loves the outdoors and you're used to being in the outdoors and you know that it can rain, it can be a bit breezy, and you're prepared for that, we are your people. So we love having an outdoor element to a ceremony. We'll always give you the choice of what you want to do. So as long as the registrars are happy to go along with it, we will let you get married in the rain if that's what you want to do. We've had couples who've done that. They've been adamant that they're going to get married outside. Bright coloured umbrellas, just amazing times. One of the last weddings that we did this year, the couple were gonna get married outside and it was fantastic. The photos are amazing. The couple dancing outside in the rain later on, just incredible. So if it's your thing and you are outdoorsy and you don't mind being a little bit adaptive, then it can work really well. Having said that, look to other months as well, because what we've noticed, May and September for us, we've had some incredible weddings in May and September, especially September. It's quieter on the beach. It's just a lovely, more relaxed vibe in September, I think. You've got less people around generally in the county. A lot of people have gone home from the holidays and it's just got a lovely feel to it. So my suggestion would be to look outside of those two key months. Go May, June, September, I think are the best months for getting married. You've got more choice. So just like the days of the week, if you get married in May or September, your suppliers are probably a bit more freedom with who you can book, and you're more likely to guarantee the people that you want there. As well, it's also easier for guests. So a lot of your guests, the August bank holiday is a terrible time to have a wedding, and actually we don't open that weekend, we shut down then, so our staff can have some time off work with their families. But a lot of couples want the August bank holiday and you're not thinking about your guests as much then. So think about your guests. Getting married on an August bank holiday is great for you, but a lot of people book holidays then, especially those with children. So you're going to get a lot of people who are going to be away for your wedding and aren't going to be able to make it. So try and think about the least popular times for going on holiday. That may be out of school holidays, so you could still have a weekend so people can come. But if you're avoiding the school holidays, you're less likely that they're going to be away through the week and therefore the weekend as well. So thinking about when schools are, even if you're not having a lot of children to your wedding, people have other family commitments and things, so it's always a good idea just to think around the dates a little bit more and think about your guests. So now thinking 2024 versus 2025. So we've had a lot of inquiries for 2025 earlier than we normally would. So 2024 is going to be a busy year for us, but 2025 is going to be incredibly busy, and we're really looking forward to it. The last big year that we had like this was 21 after COVID, where we had a lot of couples who postponed their weddings into 2021, and we had a really big year and it was fantastic. I loved it. It just rolled and rolled and rolled, and we just went on a wedding high for months and then collapsed in November. But it was a really good year, and we're seeing that's probably going to happen again in 2025. And we think the reason for that is that couples weren't meeting during COVID, or they were meeting online, and then by the time they met in person, the whole engagement process was just elongated. So we had fewer inquiries last year, and we're getting a lot more inquiries for this year, for 2025. So it's going to be an interesting one. But what that means is a lot of the key dates, which are your Saturdays in July and August, are already being snapped up. So if you are interested in a 25 wedding, I would get your ducks in a row and start looking at your suppliers and who's available, especially if you want a particular photographer, a particular florist, that sort of thing. Make sure that you're putting those feelers out as early as possible, because it is going to be a busier year, and we can't wait. So I hope that's given you something to think about with regards to the day of the week and the month of the year for your wedding. We'll be doing a lot more of these little videos, just introducing you to the barn a little bit more and telling you a bit more about what we do, as well as sharing some of the advice that we have for, especially if you're having an outdoor wedding. But if you're having a beachside wedding in the UK, a farm wedding, anything with an outdoor element, please watch these videos and subscribe, because we will be sharing what we know and we've learnt over the last few years with you over the next few weeks. Bye.